Meat bicycle!
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Best Builds here on Borderlands the pre-sequel. Today I have a really good build for you guys, a really fun one as well, called the Toybox, and this will be a Nisha build. So for the second round of the Best Builds, I've done one of every character right now. I really wanted to look for something a bit different compared to all the other builds. We've had a lot of cryo heavy builds and things like that. And yeah, the first round I really wanted to just get some high damage, really good, strong builds out there for you guys. But with this round, I kind of thought of something a little bit different. I really wanted to start it off on something that you may have not seen before. And I came across another build by Chuck80 on the Gearbox Software forum. Now, if you remember, the very first episode of this I brought you was the bitch build from Nisha. He was responsible for that. And I came across this one, I just had to click on it just because it was called the Toybox and it sounded interesting. And you get greeted with this page on the forum, and I'll link it in the description for you guys. I really suggest you go out and check it over there. It's a really well put together looking build. And yeah, it comes up with Afro and Chuck's Toybox. So this is from Afro Samurai and Chuck80. And it says, welcome to Afro Samurai and Chuck80's Clubhouse. And yeah, this straight away you're greeted with a list of what you will find inside. If you don't like these, you are sad and I have no desire to speak with you further, and you should probably look elsewhere for a build. What to expect: shotguns, lots of them, explosions, fireworks, colours, elemental weapons, emojis, immaturity, guns that swear, kids, and then in brackets class mod, no Jacob shotguns or any other gun types. You've been warned. So yeah, this is the build we're going to be going on with today, and it really is quite fun, but it is surprisingly quite a good build actually. So we'll start off with the skills really. We'll go for an overview right there. So this is the build in question if you want to follow this along, or of course download it. This will be available as a downloadable game save, and like I said, check the description. You really have to read through it. I'll try and get a lot of what is said done here now. But if you go and have a look at it, they really have worked hard on it and put a lot of colour and a lot of pictures and things like that. And yeah, it is like a little kiddie's site actually, so it is quite fun. So yeah, nothing amazing in skill points really, nothing groundbreaking anyway. There's just a lot of law and order, just to increase shields and survivability, things like that. In Fan the Hammer, again, nothing too amazing, just things like that. And then in Riflewoman, there's just things that increase your damage, especially in Showdown. There's a lot of shield restoration and stuff like that. The couple of things down at the bottom that really are quite important though is trick shots. So your bullets that hit walls or other objects have a chance to ricochet toward a nearby enemy. That's quite important for this build, and you'll see why later. Also Tombstone, of course, after killing an enemy, all hits have a chance to count as critical. And then Unforgiven, so during Showdown, all shots that hit enemies ricochet towards other nearby enemies, dealing 10% weapon damage per hit. Showdown ending triggers an explosion as well. Explosion's quite important in this build, but yeah, it's not really the skills that are important. It's the weapons really. So yeah, the gear. The two favourite toys, as it's described in the thread, are the Party Line and the Torgamada. So the party line's probably best off in the fire element. If you can get it in that, then do it. But if not, there is another one in there as well, a normal element one. Again with Torgamada, it's explosion. So explosives quite important in this game, especially against cryo enemies and things like that. There's also a couple other things to use, mainly different elements if you need them. So I've put a load of thinkings in here, all different element of thinkings. So you just need different elements really to what you've got here. So we've got explosive fire here, and we've got a bit of shock and corrosive here, but in the Boganella. But as you can see, you can use the sledges shotty as well, the thinkings, all different elements, they're all in there the same. There's a party line in there as well. The hail and the T4SRs and things like that are if you run out of shotgun ammo. The Octo's also a good one in there as well to use, but yeah, this is going to be a very shotgun heavy build. But there's a couple of other weapons in there just to keep you going if you run out. So yeah, as for the shield, shield's not too bad really. I've got an adaptive shield on here. You actually want the purple adaptive shield is recommended, but I've gone and put the Reogenator in there just because it's a adaptive shield and it's legendary. But yeah, shields are not too amazing. Sorry, not too important what you choose. You can choose the adaptive shield's probably the best. I've put your Sunshine in there as well. That's got all around good stats and a Nova turtle shield. And if you want better ammo, you've got the Sham. The class mod has been recommended was the Rough and Tumble Kid class mod, just because it gives you that extra shotgun damage and fire rate. Also puts 5 points into Bonafide Grit and Faster and New and Ruthless as well. That's pretty good. The recommended grenade is the Snowball, just because it's fun apparently, but it is actually quite a good little grenade. Especially it's a real direct shot and it's got 0 fuse time, so that helps a lot as well. And as for the Oz kit, put a couple of Oz kits in there, a couple of recommended ACAC for airborne enemies. Flying targets can be quite troublesome in this build, so yeah, you'll see why soon. But there's the AD, Assist and Purge, Precision Strike's the most recommended really. But yeah, this is what makes it a bit of a kiddie build as well. The recommended Oz kit to use in this is the Cathartic Oz kit, and that's because the red text says you smelt it, you dealt it. So yeah, it's one of these System Purge as well, because apparently it sounds like a bit of a toilet joke as well. So yeah, this thing's full of little kiddie toilet jokes and things like that. Really fun build. But yeah, that's your gear and that's your stats, so let's go ahead and test it out then. So yes, here we are, back in Triton Flats, and this is our pretty good testing ground really. I like coming to the Darksiders Tower to test things out. So yeah, this is a Toybox build, and it's all about having fun and just going around shooting people. So as you can see, our main weapon of choice is a nice party gun with fireworks flowing out everywhere as well. Although I said this Snowball is a good grenade to have, it's only because of the high damage and the chance to freeze and cryo elements and things like that. But you can also use the Contraband Skyrocket, I think it is, along with the party line as well, and really have yourself a celebration. But yeah, it really is one of those real fun builds, and I actually really enjoyed reading this build thread and really enjoyed going around and just shooting people with party rockets and things like that. But the build itself is pretty powerful, surprisingly. So the main point of this this build is both your guns are what they call staple guns, so they spawn flak around, a bit like you know, it's not one of these direct shot kind of thing. As you can see, we don't have to be that precise. If we have a moving enemy like that Darksider just there, then it can be quite a bit of trouble. But the best strategy to use with this kind of build is to just keep in the air and use your showdown, and it will just absolutely rip through anything that comes near. As you can see, all of these Darksiders here, including like a sub mini boss in Fair Dinkamoo, can be quite tough. Just got absolutely wrecked. So yeah, it's not bad against bosses as well, as you're going to see with Meg in a minute. It's not the quickest build I've ever done with Meg ever, but it still does hold its own really, and I probably could have made that a lot quicker as well with certain traits and things. But I was just having a bit of fun going around shooting Meg. But yeah, the guns spawn flak and they require adjustment when it comes to aiming. So like I said, stay in the air and shoot down at the ground, because the flak spawns at the point of impact. The more effective guns when there is an enemy stood in front of a wall or on a surface or anything like that. So if you've got anyone against a wall or a surface, then make sure you shoot that and you'll be fine. If they're out in an open area, like I said, keep in the air and aim down at the floor and you will be fine. So yeah, that's really all there is to this build. Have a good time with it really. That's it's definitely the thing. The only problem with this build is you may run out of ammo now and again, because it's all shotgun builds. So make sure you keep near vending machines or you keep stocked up. Like I said as well, put a Sham in there as well if you want to absorb some, you know, switch to the Sham shield, absorb some ammo up, and then go back to your shield of choice and carry on. But yeah, there is also guns in there, like I said, like the T4SRs and the Hail and things like that to give you a bit of break if you don't want to use shotguns and you want to get a bit of ammo built up as well for it. But this is just one big party at the minute, and I love this build. So once again, thank you to Chuck80 for another awesome build, especially that's 2 Nisha builds we've used up in now, and also thank you for Afro Samurai and Chuck80 for letting us into your clubhouse. What a great time we've had. So yeah, like I said, check the description for the link for this build. It really is a good fun read, and yeah, hopefully some more good fun best builds soon if I can find any more. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Like I said at the beginning, this will be available as a downloadable game save for level 70 Nisha game save, Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. So check the description for that, and yeah, you can download it there. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.